Hi, I'm Dr. Nitin Tiwari, interventional cardiologist from Wokhad Heart Hospital, working in Wokhad since last 10 years. I did my MBBS as a gold medalist from Nagpur, GMC Nagpur, way back in 1992, and then subsequently I did my MD medicine. I went to Delhi for that, and I did in GB Pant and Maulana Azad Medical College. I also did my DNB medicine over there. Subsequently, I went to Mumbai and did my DM cardiology in Sion Hospital. It was a wonderful experience over there. And also my DNB cardiology from CMC Vellore. Then in a higher pursuit and to learn the latest techniques, I did my fellowship in interventional cardiology from Nantes University Hospital, France, and also in clinic in Altenburg in Germany. I also went for training in the various centers, especially in Japan, Korea, Germany, then US and Europe and Malaysia and the various other centers I went. And I got a lot of training, especially in the left main angioplasties, especially in the chronic total occlusions, means 100% blockages, which were left alone, like for medical management way back, maybe 5-7 years back, or people used to get a bypass done for those. So I have really specialized in such things, and it's a wonderful experience working here, in interventional cardiology. The very fact that I'm here since last 10 years itself tells that I'm quite happy with Wokhad and I'm doing a wonderful job over here. And basically the work culture is of the teamwork over here. Everybody has its own job, everybody knows what to do, his limitations, his his expertise. So the only thing I'm concerned about is my patient, about how good quality work I can do, how best I can treat him. That is my only concern. All the facilities are available under one roof. The patient does not have to toil for just for a blood test. He has to go somewhere, and for an X-ray or a CT scan he has to go somewhere, and then collect all the reports with all the waiting, and then come back to the doctor who might have left for his home. So it's very cumbersome for the people. So considering that, Wokhad has wonderfully kept everything in under one roof, and which really helps the patients. Now to add to that, Wokhad has also accreditation with NABH. As all, I believe everybody might be knowing that NABH has very tough standards and very high standards. So to get that is not an easy job, and you have to be really good to have an NABH accreditation, which we have. And the best thing about my field in Wokhad in particular is about the cath lab. The cath lab is one of the best qualities of Philips cath lab, and it has a stent boost. To add to that, we have fractional flow reserve FFR machine. We have an intravascular ultrasound IVUS machine. We have rotablation. Whatever you can think of in cardiology, anywhere in the world, we have it here. So being in Wokhad, I've done a lot of complex cases. I would love to name a few. One of those was a patient who came to us with cardiogenic shock, and eventually we ended up putting 6 stents in that patient. Now anybody will imagine we are putting 6 stents in one particular patient, but it was actually necessary. The patient was very bad. There was a big perforation, there was a big dissection, and we had the whole team of cardiologists, cardiac surgeons, the anesthetists, and everybody standing, and it took me around 2.5 hours to save that patient. That patient is still fine. Already 1.5 years have passed, and she's doing wonderfully well. And good, in Wokhad we actually made around 2 or 3 stents free. That was a big thing, because it's a big financial burden for the patient also. The patient came to us from interiors, and he was having a heart failure. He was very breathless on walking, on lying down. He cannot do his routine activities. So I put a CRT. Now what is CRT? Cardiac resynchronization therapy. Basically it's a device which is put somewhere here beneath the, somewhere in the subclavian area. And it's a small device, and it actually increases the pumping of the heart, so that the patient can have a wonderful life ahead. The quality of life of the patient improves. Yeah, since last 10 years I'm working in Wokhad, and in these 10 years I've done more than 12,000 procedures, including more than 5,000 interventions. Now in the interventions, I've done maybe a carotid angioplasty from the neck, the subclavian angioplasty for the hands, peripheral angioplasty for the legs, renal angioplasty for the kidneys, coronary angioplasty for the heart. Then I've put a lot of pacemakers for the rhythm problems, for the the heart rate goes down. I've put a lot of CRTs for the patient for improving the pumping of the heart. I've put ICD. ICD is a machine which gives shock to the patient to save his life. You might have seen ICDs, AEDs, you might have seen most of the airports in the world. So we can implant that in the patient, and that we can save a life of a patient. It's a very sudden cardiac death patients are there. So I want to generate a lot of awareness about these latest devices which are available. Although they are quite costly, but yes, they are available at least in India, and we can easily, and we have been implanting since years together. My main area of interest is angioplasty. So we are doing quite a few researches in the field. And the latest amongst them is a absorbable stent. So now there is a new technique in which the stent scaffolds, they get gradually absorbed over a period of around 1.5 to 2 years. So the stent is there initially for maybe 1.5 years, and then it gradually goes off. So the vessel becomes, the artery becomes as good as normal in the way it was 1.5 years back. We are the center who is doing the maximum number of primary angioplasties in central India. And hats off to Wokhard for making life easier for us. They don't wait for the clearances, for the money. They understand the gravity of the situation, and we as a team are always on our toes to save such lives. We are doing the highest number of primary angioplasties in central India. That itself is an indication that life wins at Wokhard.